Spot by PassionPoet. This is a space for intimacy, vulnerability, transparency. A place where we not only talk about eroticism and sex, but we'll also touch on topics that may make you a little vulnerable, a little exposed. However, this is a safe space where you can disrobe and get real. There is no judgment allowed here. So are you ready? Let's get wet. The Wett Spot is sponsored by Passionate Words Editing Services. At Passionate Words Editing Services, words are a writer's currency. We help you spend them wisely. For all your editing, proofreading, transcribing needs, follow at Passionate Words Editing on Instagram. That's at passionate.words.editing on Instagram, or on Facebook on facebook.com/passionatewordsediting. Let's help you spend your currency well. Follow Passionate Words on Instagram or Facebook now. In this segment, I want you to get comfortable as I read one of my pieces, because the words may move you, they may inspire you, who knows, they may even get you wet. So sit back and listen. Anointing. Anoint my lips with fiery kisses. Baptize me in your oil, flowing from the passion of our joining. Give thanks and praises as we lift our hands, swing our hips, gyrate while laying prostrate in reverence before the goddess, who rewards our worship with molten lava seeping into hidden crevice. Voices raised unbidden, we come together with nothing hidden, no secrets, naked inside and out. Souls knitting, weaving intricate tapestry, two lives, one mind and body connecting at the center. I prepare for my baptismal dip. First, immersed completely within gripping folds. Then we rise and fall repeatedly until we call to the goddess for release. We call, but she, in wisdom, holds her peace. Waits for tension and momentum to build, ascending passion's precipice with skill. We reach the summit, admire the view, then plummet towards climactic boom, feeling fear of impending doom, but also freedom so intense we feel our souls expand. Momentarily as immense as the galaxy. And then our worlds collide, Goddess anoints us with eternal bliss. Fiery passion engulfs all reason, all senses overwhelmed. Exhilaration crests until our season of togetherness slowly subsides, and we bask in the receding tide of our anointing. Last week, I read from my novel Make It Rain, and I said to myself, I will forego another interview and I will do another excerpt from the novel. Make It Rain is a story of sex, lust, and poetry. And it's based in Barbados, where I live, and it is, I would consider it an erotic drama. So, I want you to sit back, I want you to listen, I want you to enjoy, and I want you to feel everything I read. If you are willing, if you want, you can send me a voice message after the show and let me know what you think about the episode. There is a way for you, if you are listening to Anchor, to send me a voice note and let me know what you think. So, let's get wet. Sit back and enjoy. So, what do you do? I'm a lawyer, but I didn't come here to talk. She pulled me to my feet. Come, let's dance. My conscience started to nag me again. What about your promises to your grandmother, yourself? I faltered, beginning to pull away, but then Lauren kissed me. Her lips were soft and full and were wet from the drinks we were having. She held my head and devoured my tongue with her own. Where do you think you're going? She whispered. I tried to answer, to pull away again, but Lauren's spell over me was complete. No. I decided I was going to have you after you made me have to carry this dress to the dry cleaners in the morning. Her arms locked around me and we kissed again. The longer we kissed, the farther and farther away the sound of my shouting conscience seemed, until, had I been paying attention, I would have seen my good angel as a distant silhouette, waving his arms frantically, with his mouth opening and closing, but with no sound reaching me to distract me. I unzipped her dress from the back and pulled it off her shoulders. Her breasts expanded noticeably now that they were free and begged me to suck on them. I obliged happily. Her nipples hardened instantly as my tongue teased them. My eager fingers slid between her legs and slipped easily inside her sopping wet pussy. Her moan was instantaneous. That moan took me over. The sound of a woman's ragged moan is almost as good as my own climax. I guided her to the nearest wall and pushed her against it. My tongue ravished her nipples as I fingered her. Lauren ran her hands over my back and tried to keep her composure, but I suddenly shifted my angle and she gasped. I had found her G-spot. Her body shook with the latent energy in her building orgasm, and I played her body with the masterful touch of a concert pianist, making her sing notes of arousal in our mutual harmonic symphony. "Oh, rain," she whispered, as my mouth slid lower. As my tongue touched her clit and flicked it gently, she gasped again, lifting her right foot and putting it on my shoulder, inviting me to probe her deeper. Her wetness coated my entire face. I'm a messy eater, always have been. I invaded her canal with passion. All the frustration at myself for failing at my resolution, mixed with the lack of inhibition caused by the alcohol, made me a sexual predator. I ate her pussy with the desperation of the damned. I no longer took my time. I devoured her full chocolate nether lips and ate like a glutton until Lauren could no longer support her own weight. I felt her body shaking as she started to slide downward against the wall, so I stopped for a second to allow her to regain composure. I did need to know where her bedroom was. I think she read my mind because she squeezed her eyes shut and willed her body to respond to her mental commands. Let's take this upstairs. She took my hands and guided me up the wooden staircase to her master bedroom. I could tell that it was large like the rest of the rooms in the house, but at the moment, the decor meant less to me than if I was a mathematician in an English exam. She sat on the edge of the bed and pulled me close. "My turn," she said, before pulling off my belt and unbuttoning my pants, pushing them and my boxers down, and motioning for me to step out of them. I stood before her, bare from the waist down, as she took my stiff dick in her hands, and then her mouth. I stood ramrod straight as her head started to bob up and down upon my shaft. Lauren made love to my dick like a pro. She licked and sucked and twisted and flicked her tongue. Soon the tables were turned and it was I who was struggling to stand up. She lay back and spread her legs wide and said, "Come on, baby." I didn't need any more coaxing. I sank into her and all the pent-up emotions flowed out of me with every hip thrust. Our groans synchronized with our movements as we pawed and gripped at each other, rolling and twisting around on her king-size bed. We moved smoothly from missionary to cowboy to reverse cowboy to doggy style, as though we were choreographed. My hands gripped her hips as I stroked up into her. She threw back her ass upon my thickness as though she intended to break it off inside her. Time was irrelevant. We fucked each other mercilessly until our pleasure ripped from our beings, manifesting in yells that, on retrospect, I was sure woke the neighbors. After our tryst, Lauren and I lay panting on sweat and cum-stained sheets. I caught my breath and tried to reach for her again, but she pushed my groping hands away and sat up. "No, it's time for you to leave. My husband will be home soon." Thank you for listening to that excerpt from my novel Make It Rain. Make It Rain you can buy Make It Rain from Amazon.com by going straight to Amazon and searching for Robert R. Gibson, and the title of the book, Make It Rain, that's R-A-I-N-E, Make It Rain, and my name, Robert R. Gibson. And that should send you to both the paperback and the Kindle versions of the book. You can also go to my Amazon author page and you can check them out there, amazon.com/authors/R Gibson. That's amazon.com/author/R Gibson. Or if you want, you can even check out my website, PassionPoet.com. PassionPoet.com, and you can get a list of all my books in there, as well as checking out all the other things like my blog and other things that the website offers. So you have three options. You can also DM me. You can also speak to me directly via DM, and I will give you the links personally. So thank you once again for checking out Make It Rain. I hope that you enjoy it. If you do buy it, I want definitely want to hear what you think about it. Send me a voice note, send me a DM, and let me know what you think about the book. Make it rain. Let's get wet. Before we go, let us leave you with some words of inspiration to inspire you to have a great day and a great week. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. That is a quote from Helen Keller. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me on the Wett Spot. My name is PassionPoet. You can find me on Instagram at Bajan PassionPoet. BAJANPASSIONPOET. Bajan PassionPoet. Or on my website at PassionPoet.com. I hope to see you next time.